Hey-oh. It is I, Babbage, here back with the SpongeDudes, crinkling and crackling our way through season 1. We're on episode 7.
I'm assuming you can hear my chips. Let me mute my mic.
We're on episode 7. We're here to talk about SpongeBob. You're here to listen to us talk about SpongeBob. And my name's Babbage once again.
My name's Clater Tot Tot.
My name is CodGod97.
My name is Noah.
Hey, you guys have seen SpongeBob?
What's SpongeBob?
Which one?
And let's go. SpongeBob episode 7, season 1, which is Hall Monitor and Jellyfish Jam. We did some jamming. We did some hall monitoring. My cats are still out there. You can't do anything about them. Don't even try. So we start off here. We're starting off here with Hall Monitor, which is a pretty good episode starting off, if I do say so myself. I enjoyed his power trip, which we'll get into as we go along here. So this episode starts off at Mrs. Puff boating school. SpongeBob sitting in the back of the class. Mrs. Puff realizing at the beginning of the day she needs to assign a hall monitor.
Jimmy.
As she looks at her list, she soon realizes that she's assigned everyone except for, in red markings, SpongeBob. I think that means SpongeBob is Jesus, because in the Bible they do the red letters whenever Jesus talks. And SpongeBob's name is in red on the list. So,
Confirmed.
All right,
yeah.
so yeah, he is okay. Good.
Biblically accurate SpongeBob is what we're looking for from now on. So she calls out a bunch of people's names, and we get some good goofs and gags as we find out that she calls out someone's name who is not even in school anymore and has already graduated.
Him approaching Mrs. Puff puts the fear of SpongeBob into me.
Yeah, she says SpongeBob and then tries to call other people because she realizes SpongeBob's the last name, and he slowly scoots his desk towards the front of the class. It's like M. Night Shyamalan directed this episode back in '99. Honestly, it's just peak horror.
But how's he moving himself?
Well, it's SpongeBob, How's he moving at
He
all?
is
He's a
Jesus.
sponge.
Why is he wearing shoes? Well, yeah, okay.
He sucks his feet into his body and turns into a rocket ship. What are you questioning here?
A lot of ways to get around.
She finally decides there's no other way around it. She assigns SpongeBob to be the hall monitor. She tries to give him this belt, which covers his entire body. I guess it's like the whole outfit, but I think it's supposed to be a belt, and then a hat. And the belt says HM on it for hall monitor. And he refuses to accept it without giving a speech, which then lasts the entirety of the day of schooling.
You can't make this easy, can you?
He gives a speech, and he's just like, I will serve you guys in the hall. I like that bit. That's a good.
Yeah, no, I love everything Mrs. Puff says back to him as he just nonchalantly ignores her.
You can make this easy, can you? That's a good
Oh,
one.
give me a break.
He talks the whole time. Class is dismissed. He doesn't ever get to be the hall monitor. Apparently, he's done this before because he says, "Have I? Did the speech go too long this time?" So Miss Puff, after all the heck she's been through with him, she still feels sorry for him. She says, "You know what? You keep that outfit. You be hall monitor out there where there aren't halls. Just go out there, use your power." So this man keeps his hall monitor outfit on, walking down the street, and he sees a stoplight that's messed up, and he says, "You know what? I got a badge. I got a hat. Let's ruin everyone's day."
Yep.
Which I think SpongeBob's a Republican.
Oh, okay, all right.
Whoa.
Here comes our political hot takes. Here we go.
Yeah. He just assumes that because someone told him that he could be in power, that he's in power. Yeah, even though he's not officially.
This is what happens when you give a kid a badge and a gun and a hat.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
suddenly he directs traffic and makes a guy scream about his leg, you know?
But man, is he not schmoovin' out there?
Oh,
He
man,
is,
I
though,
would.
dude.
He's directing traffic. Oh, just effortlessly.
To their deaths.
My leg! He then sees an open window and decides he should teach these people a lesson for having an open window. The gall of some people, am I right?
The goal. I mean, they're just trying to enjoy their seaweed medley.
More seaweed medley, dear. So yeah, SpongeBob puts on a mask and jumps
I
in.
just
and
want
says
to
he's-
know that the actual bowl of seaweed medley is just empty. There's nothing in there. But
There is
you know.
something in there because he splashes it out. He puts on a mask, jumps in, and he says, "I'm the open window maniac."
I don't remember seeing any food in the bowl.
But it splashes out onto their face as they go sprinting
He
out.
conjures it just to splash it in their faces.
He teaches them a lesson, though. You don't leave your windows open in Bikini Bottom.
Yeah,
when
but
there's a
you could
SpongeBob
also
around.
mind your own business, so it's and not worry about what other people are doing.
But
Try
no,
and
he's-
enjoy their seaweed medley.
He's using his badge for good. No, you don't. You don't get it.
Yeah, you
You're
wouldn't.
done.
You're done,
You wouldn't vote
son.
against him. SpongeBob's an absolute menace, and that's just backing that up even more. Like every episode,
He
More and more.
devolves.
just more and more. I'm just like, get rid of this guy.
I don't think it would take. I think he would survive anything you throw at him.
As we see, you can't beat him up, so you're correct. And you can shave him down to his brainstem and his eyes, and he makes it.
Take him on the surface.
He then runs across Patrick, who he starts to write a citation for wasting ice cream, which is apparently a crime. I wasn't aware.
To SpongeBob, it is, and his word is law.
And his
It's also
like, fif-
vandalism.
and his like 15-year-old brain.
Patrick's tongue game was on point on that scoop of strawberry ice cream.
Oh yeah.
I also had to. SpongeBob just sees a suspicious pool of liquid and immediately throats it. I don't.
You gotta know what it is, what you're dealing with, you know?
That's right. Whenever I see his suspicious pool of liquid, I just scoop it up.
I
I
don't
guess
think I know
that
what it is.
shows how seriously he's taking the position.
Clayton
right.
with 4 dogs absolutely just tastes any mysterious liquid he finds on the ground. I've seen it. He starts to write a citation to Patrick, but then says, "You know what? If you turn from your life of crime and help me, I won't write you up right now." So Patrick, of course, joins along and is gonna join him in fighting crime. And so then SpongeBob says, "What should we do to fight crime first?" Patrick knows just what to do. Having just dropped his ice cream cone, they go and get another ice cream cone. As they're licking it to pieces when they walk out of the ice cream shop, SpongeBob says, "Patrick, now what do we do?" Cut to them re-exiting the ice cream shop with brand new ice cream cones.
Wait a second. I don't think this is working.
So then they move along, and SpongeBob decides they need to split up as they look for a poster that just rolled up of a maniac, right? Or they don't know about the maniac yet.
They don't know about it because they find out about it in form of newspaper.
That's right.
Extra, read all about
That's right. As they're eating their ice cream, a little fish walks up, little newsboy, and is screaming about, "Get your newspaper here!" And his voice changes from when he's yelling "extra, extra" to just this old man voice. And he hands him a newspaper, and he says, "Take it, friends. Arm yourselves with knowledge." Just like a great line for no reason. So then they decide to split up, which leads to Patrick getting fronted by the cops who roll up on him
Hello,
and
brothers.
ask him if he's seen the maniac, and they show him a poster, and it's a picture of SpongeBob because he's obviously the maniac. When they roll up, though, Patrick says what?
Hello, brothers.
They
Points
do
to
this
his
like
an eye thing, like pointing
Yeah,
up.
he
with
points to
eyes
his little
the cone
ice cream cone
because
on
he
his
was
head.
deputized.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he was deputized by SpongeBob.
I'm one of you, see?
Also, What do you guys think of the cops' uniforms? It's just a giant star.
They're Dallas Cowboys.
That was also before the Patriot Act, so they hadn't got all the billions of dollars in uniform
Oh,
money.
you're right. Yeah, yeah. So I wonder if SpongeBob's ever. Never mind. I was just gonna say kneel on someone's. It doesn't matter.
Sponge cops are bastards.
God.
They do like that classic cop thing when they roll up and he says, "Hey brothers," he says, "Afternoon, son." I don't know why that made me good. And then you have this whole poster bit where they show Patrick the maniac, and it's just SpongeBob. But Patrick screams every time he sees the poster, and they keep showing it to him and taking it away. Pretty good stuff.
Abuse of power, dude. Police brutality.
Nothing's changed since '99. Am I right, boys?
They were torturing this child. I mean, he wasn't a child. I mean, you know, he's an artistic,
I mean, mentally
he's an artistic kind of guy, you know. And yeah, just bullied him. It's fucked up.
He didn't even realize it. It's really messed up.
Ah!
Stay indoors, son.
So the cops leave. As Clayton just said, tell them to stay indoors. They know this guy's got no information for him. And then on the radio, SpongeBob calls over and says, "Everything okay over there?" And Patrick's getting a little worried about this maniac. And he says, "We better get indoors before it turns dark." And as he says dark, this screen just like drops in the dark background. Like it's pretty good. Then he sees SpongeBob, but he thinks it's the maniac underneath a light post. And he tells SpongeBob that the maniac's with you. He's right there on the corner of Conch and whatever other street, even though there's not an intersection. It's a straight
Conch
street.
and Coral, dude.
It's a straight street. It doesn't matter.
I mean, he conjured the sign up, so I'm sure he could have put a road if he wanted to, but he wasn't feeling like it.
So then you got your whole bit of Patrick telling SpongeBob that the maniac is on top of him. He can't get away from him. SpongeBob gets inside of a mailbox. Patrick tells him the maniac's in there. SpongeBob juts his legs and arms out of the mailbox and becomes a killdozer as he runs through 3 or 4 houses and through a fence. And then he realizes that he's the maniac. And then
I'm the maniac.
The cops say, "That's a confession to me, son." And Mrs. Puff shows up, realizes that Mrs. Puff shows up in rollers and a nightgown. Apparently gets Clayton here going.
Oh, buddy.
Claims responsibility, but not on purpose, for SpongeBob's misdeeds, and then ends up in prison for 6 months, where she's continuing to teach class. And that is where the episode ends.
Do you guys
Damn,
think
dude.
she got off easy or too hard? She got 6 months.
She said 3 words and got slapped in jail. That's pretty intense.
This is
That's what I was
99.
thinking. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion.
Yeah.
There are body cams on now, you know, so.
I
She
think they
admitted
would've-
responsibility. It's like in a car crash when you hit. You're not supposed to say "I'm sorry" because that
Well,
could be considered that you did it.
I think if it was nowadays with body cams, they just would have malfunctioned or something.
Yeah, it would have accidentally turned him off.
No, whoopsies.
Oh, whoops, that's in the sewer, huh?
Yeah.
She got too hard. It's SpongeBob's fault. SpongeBob's responsibility. But I think based on his license number, like and a date, I don't know if we've seen it yet or not. He's like 15 here, or 16ish. So he's just a kid. He'd go to juvie or military school at the worst.
So he's not a frat jock?
Not yet. He hasn't fully become that, but he's building towards it.
Okay.
To keep it current, maybe this gets cut. He's more like a Kyle Rittenhouse than anything else. Right now.
Oh my lord!
All right, elaborate.
Go on.
Yeah, he gets a false sense of power and then abuses it and then gets away with it. That's a SpongeDudes hot take, and I think we'll just end it there. You know, that's episode 1. And we'll be right back. Jesus Christ. Welcome back. We're on episode 7, part 2, which is Jellyfish Jam. And we're jamming along to Jellyfish Jam the entire episode. So just go ahead and turn that on in the background while you listen to us. Because it is a banger. Certified. Best song to come out of SpongeBob. I'm not going to argue about it. You guys' opinion doesn't matter to me.
Cool.
And that's it. All right. So anyway, this is Jellyfish Jam. SpongeBob is hunting jellyfish out in jellyfish fields. As he catches one, he milks it. Which leads me to the milking porn type of thing. I would like SpongeBob to milk me. Anyone want to add?
Man.
I mean, the jellyfish could not get enough of it.
Absolutely could not. Jellyfish follows SpongeBob home. Which SpongeBob finally gives into, realizes, you know what, I can't win this fight of keeping this jellyfish away. I'll just take him home with me. Puts him on a leash, shows Squidward, asks if he wants to hang out. Squidward makes fun of him, of course. SpongeBob shows Squidward all the tricks that this jellyfish can do. Let me tell you, this jellyfish got moves.
It's incredible.
He
all
can
the
play
moves he can
dead.
do.
He's potty trained. I mean, my God, he knows how to read the newspaper.
I think this is part of the bit. I don't think the jellyfish actually understands it.
But he understands the point of having a newspaper when you're using the bathroom.
No, because he was taught that.
Okay. It's
I
a
don't
learned
know.
behavior.
Those jellyfish seem pretty smart to me.
You got me there.
Yeah, if I taught my dog to read the newspaper, it wouldn't be very significant that he was reading. It would just be a thing I taught him, you know. Doesn't make him smart.
So, are jellyfish basically like dogs as pets in this episode? Is that what they're insinuating?
Well, they can be milked, so I thought cow at first, but then you could keep them as pets. I don't know.
So,
I guess.
So, is it just like a? Is it a dog that just
You can milk
giving birth and
dogs,
you can
right?
just- yeah, I mean they got nipples. A lot of them. I mean, like
Oh yeah, the
No
dogs.
liking,
Yeah.
no liking. Fighting with 4 dogs answering is even worse. So SpongeBob takes the jellyfish home and starts doing the Jellyfish Jam, which is, like I said, the bangingest song that's ever existed. Do we just play a bit for him right now? Perfect. You guys get the point. They do that for 12 hours. Squidward wants to go to bed. SpongeBob wants to go to bed. They turn it off. And SpongeBob fights with the jellyfish who just wants to continue to party.
Why did SpongeBob ever get Patrick's help in this episode or no?
I don't think so.
No.
He's literally right beside us. If Squidward said no, just okay.
Squidward's one door closer, dude.
I mean, who knows? Patrick's probably at his vacation rock.
Oh yeah, true.
I think SpongeBob just took some X with the jellyfish, and then that's why they're up. He probably forgot Patrick existed on that X, you know.
I mean, he always goes to Squidward first for some reason. So
It's because, like Jackson said, right next door.
yeah, big fats.
That's why people in Alabama have sex with their cousins, right next door, you know.
Oh my god, man!
Anyway,
Oh my god.
SpongeBob wants to go to bed, fights with the jellyfish, and finally seduces him to the bedroom where he ties him up. And it's not as kinky as you think. It's keeping him as a pet. The jellyfish breaks free, and less in other jellyfish that just show up. Like he didn't even go out and get them. They just show up.
They just knew.
Yeah.
They do this often enough. They have a system.
They break in and turn on the music again, but somehow like not as loud, but still loud.
They come on Gary as they come in and laugh at him.
It's jelly. It's like milk.
But what is
Okay, they screet on Jerry. Oh shit, Jerry!
They cover Gary in milky, gummy, cummy wummies.
SpongeBob SpongeBob gets in a whole bubble of it on the way downstairs. He's definitely got some in his mouth.
It cushions his fall, so it's really gooey, ooey, gummy.
It's all over the walls.
Oh my God.
Just based on the media that I've like ingested, because I've never been. SpongeBob and these jellyfish would have a lot of fun at a gay bar.
Elaboration is required.
Because they party all night.
Who's they?
The jellyfish and SpongeBob.
Who are you relating they to?
The one gay bar I've seen in Monster where it shows me what Jeffrey Dahmer did.
And that's the perfect representation to gay people to you?
Absolutely. Yes. That's where I base everything that I know.
What is this evolved into?
Man, we're gonna have everybody hate us, Republicans and gay people.
Perfect. All 20 people that listen to us will like us still.
No thoughts?
So the jellyfish have been partying all night. SpongeBob's like, "Hey, you got to cut this out. There's too many of you in here. I don't want you ruining my stereo. You know." Which then the episode just turns into a screensaver for about 5 minutes of like SpongeBob getting zipped around and jellyfish dancing and like turning the music on. Which like this whole episode was just like screensavers. There's not really a plot.
Yeah, it's just a lot of music and like dancing.
I mean,
Classic
it's
B
always
episode.
It's always
Yeah.
good.
It taught us the most important lesson of all is that wild animals can throw very wild parties.
Yep. Don't
And
invite 100
excrete all
jellyfish.
over your house. So
They fight
and
over the
bull
music.
your neighbors.
They fight over the music, trying to turn it off. Squidward wants them to go to sleep because they've been partying for 18 hours at this point. So he starts playing his clarinet. SpongeBob asks him to stop or play it better. Squidward turns his entire house towards SpongeBob's house, hooks up a speaker, and plays his clarinet just as bad as he was before. Which
Maybe
leads
even
to the
worse.
jellyfish. Yeah,
That's
maybe
not
even
better.
worse. Which leads to the jellyfish going over and stinging them and making them stop. And then the jellyfish come over and party some more.
And Squidward hand delivers his clarinet to SpongeBob.
The jellyfish take it and break it in half and then dance around it
On fire.
like a cult. Which SpongeBob tries to fight off the jellyfish, tries to remove the stereo. When he finally does, they get very upset. Start like stinging him, so he runs up to a sudden attic or a sudden like rooftop area on his pineapple, where him and Gary are hiding, and then the jellyfish are coming for him, and then Gary saves the day by clacking his eyeballs together.
I mean, how is it producing that sound?
I guess they're hollow.
I don't like the thought of that.
They make like a metronome or like the there is an instrument that you hit two balls together, right? Like that? I don't know. Maybe not.
The two balls smackers. Yeah. those
Yeah,
are-
the two ball smackaroo. That's the instrument.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that toy. It's kind of like that toy that's on a string where it has two balls, and like you hold it in your fist and like you swing your hands up and down and like they meet. You guys ever played with that?
When I was a kid, we used to play stickball.
Granddad, it's called baseball now.
That's when he says something extremely racist and you cringe.
Well, also back in my day.
Insert. So SpongeBob uses Gary to lead the jellyfish back out into the field where he gets some other things to sing along the way. And it's kind of a banger too. It doesn't compare to Jellyfish Jam, but it's pretty good.
Tommy, do the dolphin sound.
God,
What is
that was
that?
awful.
One more
There's
time.
a dolphin on screen. There's a dolphin on screen that's just a real life dolphin in a video.
Yes.
And then SpongeBob just kind of leaves, and the episode just sort of ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's a resolution. I'll give it that.
The song is still the best song ever made. All right.
We're talking about Jellyfish Jam.
Yeah. The ending one is pretty good, but Jellyfish Jam is definitely where it's at.
I like the ending one. I like how it built.
Oh, because like you get like little bits as he goes along.
Yeah.
Yeah, the anchor chain clickety clacking is a favorite of mine.
Oh no, that dolphin was going in. Oh, hey, there you go. Exactly. More of that.
Okay, Awesome Baby J, your turn. Hurry. Okay, I love it. Awesome.
That's the best that sounds like I do. That sounds more like a horse.
Yeah, so that was episode 8.
My leg. Yeah, that was episode 7.
7.
Actually.
Oof.
Yeah, oof.
Get him out of here.
Did you even watch the same episode as us, Clayton? God,
No,
come
man.
on. All right, fellas, we're at the end here. We're going to get a review and your favorite bit at the same time. Who would like to start us off? I can tell you the IMDb rating to start off, actually. It's 8.5 out of 10. Does that affect your decision or not? Let's go, Clayton.
I really didn't want to go first. I think my favorite moment's probably going to be tell your friends, arm yourselves with knowledge. It is perfect. It was really close to what crime, and it cuts to the ice cream on the ground. That was pretty good. But yeah, tell your friends. And I'm actually going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wow.
Probably my favorite
Very high.
episode so far.
Very high. All right. Tim Tom, what you got?
I would give the rating 9 Spongies out of 10. I really liked. I thought the first part was pretty good. I'd give that a 7, but part 2, the jellyfish, that was. I very much enjoyed that episode, and my favorite moment was when the jellyfish were all like coming in to SpongeBob's house, and Gary's just like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And they're just all laughing. They all just like come on Gary.
Nice.
Why is everything come?
I don't know. Ask the artist why they make it that way.
Jackson, what you got for us, buddy?
I'll give it 4 wee woos out of 5. Pretty great episode. I don't think it has the peaks of some of the past episodes. I wasn't rolling laughing, but it's great. I quote this episode all the time. And I think probably the best thing about it is how we see like the downfall, the rock bottom of Squidward. You know, a few episodes ago we saw him hitting his sweet clarinet riff in his house. He's feeling good, and by this episode he's saying, I'm just done. I don't want to be here anymore. Hands in the clarinet. 7 episodes in, that's how Squidward's feeling. I like that.
I rock. That's what he said.
Destroyed his
Now he
clarinet and started a fire with it.
From I rock to that.
All right, Noah.
I'm gonna have to give it 8.9 newspapers out of 10. It was good. The jellyfish dancing part is a little overrated now that I'm older, but it is a very good episode. I do quote it a lot too, and I love when he jumps in the mailbox and then just destroys Bikini Bottom. He's invincible. He's God. He is God.
SpongeDog.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go with 8.6 Hyundai.
Elantra.
Hyundai Tucson's out of 10. So that's 8.6 Hyundai Tucson's out of 10. So there we are. I enjoyed Hall Monitor and Jellyfish Jam pretty equally. I think Jellyfish Jam, I stand by what I said. It's basically a screensaver episode. There's not really a plot, but the song really saves it for me.
La 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 la.
It's got a lot of great bits.
And just destroying Squidward's, his confidence and everything he's got. Definitely really good. I would say for me the best part is probably the newspaper boy. Take it, friends. Arm yourselves with knowledge. That's pretty good, and I'll have to stick by that one. So I enjoyed that a bit. Anyone else have anything to add? Extra? Read all about it. So that is episode 7. That was Hall Monitor and Jellyfish Jam. We enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoyed listening, and we'll see you next time.
The maniac!
Bye, Spongies.